Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's podcast and Rising Truth, Life, Health, and Conspiracy. And today I want to share with you guys something that was downloaded to me uh, that I channeled through probably going over 10 years ago. So I would say, yeah, it was even more than that. So part of this information I actually share in some of the courses and classes that I hold, and even with the Biomatrix Energy Healing course as well, which, fingers crossed with hopefully lockdowns will open up, we'll be able to run those because I really want them to be one-on-one, face-to-face. I'm not sure if it will work properly, doing it online, but we'll see how things pan out. At the end of today as well, at the end of reading this information, I'm going to also end it with a deep heart meditation. So you may see that I've created this meme, and it's called Silent Contemplation is where clarity resides and your connection to your own creatorship is born. And it is true, when we're in silence is where we can hear the whispers of our higher self, to guide us, where we hear the whispers of divine creator or great spirit, to share with us where to go and what to do. So it is in those quiet moments and the deep contemplations that we find that, um, you know, voice and whispers, and to get us moving and give us ideas, and help us to move forward in our life, or with whatever we have. Maybe we have a question we want to ask, because there's always an aspect of ourselves, that our higher self, our intuitive self, that's always a few steps ahead of us. And we've been very disconnected to the original makeup of who we are as people. And we're really looking for it. We can see that there's been a mass movement of, a lot of going within, self-awareness, personal development, because we know there's something more. We know there's something deeper with us and about us. So this is really important when we are learning, who we are, is to get into those deep meditative states. Doing some fasting really helps as well. So really cutting back on your food intake can also help when you go into those deep meditative practices. I know they have for me, and they're, you know, um, you know, life changing, really, when you experience the true magic within us. And I've been getting downloads from when I was a little girl, just getting information, not knowing, and just knowing stuff, not knowing why or how. And then I'll always get evidence of that. So there'll always be evidence proven and showing to me. And some people might brush it off as just a mere coincidence, because we do live in a world where they want to keep us in our mind and keep us away from our heart and our spiritual aspect of ourselves. So keeping everyone in the mind is better for the controllers of this world, to keep us in that materialism, to keep us in that state of not feeling good enough, and not feeling worthy, that have more power. So let me start. This is a little bit of one of the downloads I got well over 10 years ago, if not close to 15 years ago. And I'm going to read a little bit about the light body and what came through. And then I'm going to go into the energetic body, the codes and signatures. And then we'll end with the meditation. So light body. This is an aspect of what you are and how you are made up. Yes, there is the physical body, but you also have the mental body, which houses the sacred mind or divine mind, the emotional body, which houses the sacred heart or divine heart, the spiritual body, which houses the soul, Christ consciousness of awareness. There are so many aspects of yourself, so many layers and dimensional aspects of yourself. This too will become known to you. The different layers and consciousness awareness that you experience is all part of your magnificence. Humans are bombarded by all of these different aspects of themselves, so many layers and so much that goes on within all these different layers, that that is why we as humans are so special and the prized possession. The energetic systems within your body has only been touched on briefly through what has been taught by different energetic healing modalities. this too will be enhanced because you are ready for this information and it is time for it to come through. So on a side note, I'm aware with a lot of the work that I do, the biomatrix energy healing, the energetic work I do. Yes, I come from lineage of healers, but I know that I have been activating points in the systems that are ready for. But anyway, I'll continue reading. There are points within the body that stimulate the light through your being to heal yourself, manifest your desires, and create the loving intention that surrounds you. I'm going to read that one again. There are points within the body that stimulate the light through your being to heal yourself, manifest your desires, and create the loving intention that surrounds you. The area around your body, the electromagnetic field, is increasing its absorption of this knowledge by the light frequency that has been sent to this planet. That is also within the planet and within you. You just know there are beings on this planet also assisting with this greater light frequency awareness. Even your positive, loving intentions for the planet and humanity helps with this. So you should all congratulate yourself for your effort. So the more we are, this is a side note now, so the more that we are in that gratefulness, thankfulness, the more we visualize and send the intention of seeing joy and understanding and peace within the earth, it actually activates everything because we're all intricately linked. So it helps to bring back the knowledge. We of the higher realms acknowledge and see this and assist you in our own way. The higher realms are beside you, not above or below. All is next to you, within your reach, but we will talk more about dimensions later. The energetic points within your body are now starting to be activated. This brings in more information, a sense of peace, and the fear paradigm doesn't exist. The activation of your light body is something that has been distorted through so many different concepts and has been manipulated through rogue advisors that do not want humanity to experience their true nature. Remember, you are made up of the same organic compounds as Mother Earth. All beings on this planet are also much more alike. So we're all, interlinked in that sense. And I've always said we're made of the same organic compounds as Earth, as this universe. The feminine is the most courageous and brave, taking up so much dishevel and injustice, being suppressed and humiliated because of the creatorship it encounters. This is coming back to knowledge and the forefront of awareness. This is helping the shift of humanity into a better space. It does not take away the magnificence of the masculine, but now you guys are walking together. As our bodies start to change and we become more curious of our makeup, more information is penetrating through our awareness. Understanding this is the connection with your higher self. That is where the most accurate information will come from. There is no need for outside sources to influence you. You will understand with the inner knowing when you are ready. Luminaria, Atlantis, the ancient knowledge of these great times have always been within your reach of awareness. It's just that you did not want to listen or acknowledge it. The growth of fear was so strong that all people, even the enlightened ones, fell short of understanding and following to a certain extent. Now the time has come with more people embracing a more holistic way of living. The prayers of peace, more knowledge, and the question of who am I? Where have I come from? There's more to the world than this, are now starting to be answered. You will receive more. You will all know more within a short space of time. All will be revealed. And as a side note now, it's interesting that we are learning more. We're learning more about Tartaria. We are looking a little bit deeper at all the buildings and the architecture, the stuff that's still around. And we just can't even make those things today, So we are more curious. There were electrical like cars and stuff in the early 1900s. They were advertising those cars. So it's funny how the people running the world are trying to, even though we've got this digital age and we're thinking this technology is so advanced, look at all the things we can do, it's actually dumbing us down and taking us away from our natural abilities of what we can do, because we are more advanced in this digital stuff. And I know that's hard to sort of wrap your head around, but all of the technology is based off the human biological systems and designs. So it's interesting they've dumbed us down on one hand to then try and sell us this technology on, wow, look how good it is. But I'll continue reading. The 7 main chakras in your body are very important, but yes, you have even more chakras that are now awakening further to help assist with your growth towards the new world order. Now, as a side note, I wrote here, what we're going to be bringing into the new world order is our own new world order and an overlay to surpass the evil ones. So we're going to be activating, and we already have started doing that, more points of our body and systems. And I think this is why there is a lot of people that are awake or aware of agendas, and we're just not being fooled by the propaganda getting thrown out at us. So when this information came down, I didn't know anything about the New World Order back then. So it's interesting now looking back at it and reading through this, how, it came through before it was a thing, basically. So I'll read that again. The 7 main chakras in your body are very important, but yes, you have many more chakras that are now awakening further to help assist with your growth towards the new world order and living for humanity. These chakras have never been hidden or dormant, just not pulsating to their abilities. But with the increase of your awareness and growth, these chakras have activated to a higher level of frequency and join with all the other chakras to assist you in your health. So remember, we have a lot of meridians, we've got a lot of chakras, there's a lot of energetic points within and around our body. So the more of the holistic lifestyle we've been leading, we have been activating those points. And I can see that from when, this information was downloaded to me over 10 years ago to, or 15 years ago to, where we are now, but also seeing how a lot of it's going backwards now because of the last 2 years. And, with all these lockdowns and isolations and, people are really struggling mentally, emotionally, physically, and so in a way it's like we were in such a good point before this all happened last year that it's in a way we've gone backwards, but we're moving forwards at the same time. So I'll go back to reading this. The grounding and expanding, along with the condensing of all of your light bodies and different aspects of yourself, will keep humanity living longer, healing themselves easier, with the intention and intuition leading the way. So as I'm going to read that again, the grounding and expanding, along with the condensing of all your light bodies and different aspects of yourself, will keep humanity living longer, healing themselves, yourself, ourselves, easier, with the intuitive intention leading the way. And that is a lot with what I teach. It's always about intention and intuition. So it's intuitive frequency method. So being able to tap into the most highest light aspect of yourself to guide you through life. Remember, you have many levels of dimensional aspects of yourself that are assisting you and always will. The connection of this will bring non-judgment to self, creating a more loving way of living. This is the way forward for humanity, and to get there, all have to start to step away from self-criticism, judgment, and hate of self. How else will you survive and thrive? If you hate yourself, you hate life, you hate all beings. There is no separation in this. Understand your pain and suffering is everyone's pain and suffering. Your love of self is everyone's love. You open to receive and give within a place of just is, no justification needed. So I really love that end paragraph there, that we can, when we are in self-hate, because we are part and intricately connected to all of life. If we hate ourselves, we're hating all of life. But if we love ourselves, we're loving all of life. So I used to also end a lot of the times when I used to write to friends, take care of self. And I used to put take care of self because I knew that taking care of ourselves, then we're also taking care of others. And I know it sounds silly, but it might sound silly to some, but that's really how it does when we take care of ourselves. We really are taking care of others. We're not a burden to anyone, not even a burden to ourselves. So, but again, when we've been indoctrinated to keep living in the mind, it can be hard for people to understand. And even that last sentence that, when we suffer, everyone and everything is suffering. When we're feeling love, we can open up. And then when we start to receive, we start to live our life and manifest from a place and start to experience life without justifications needed. Why did this happen? Why didn't that happen? It's really good to be able to be thankful for life and all experiences of that life gives us without any judgment, because without experiences, well, we can't gain any wisdom. So now I'm going to read another part, and this is the energetic body codes and signatures. The human body is so vast and expansive, so much more than just the physical that we are most aware of. Our bodies also have energetic fields which surround it. Many of these fields have colors, sounds, and streams of energy which span out around our body and connecting to all that is around us and within us. So, and that's what I see as well when I'm working with people, when I'm deep meditation, if I'm doing distant healing with people. There's sounds, there's colors, there's streams of energy in different frequencies. So back to the notes. The start point of our light vibrancy is within our sacred heart space. This area holds the key to many functions of our healing capabilities. This energy can be expanded within awareness towards it. At the moment, most people's centered light is compressed. This is because of the pressures of life, our upbringing, the propaganda from media, our own self-judgment and criticism in what we believe is perfect, good, right or wrong, etc. So just emphasizing our sacred heart space is the most powerful, and our heart is the most powerful energetic source within our body. But I do feel we've got this other layer of our sacred heart space that we need to connect to even more. The sacred heart space is above all of this. This sacred place of our existence is the overseer, the master of our multidimensional self. This aspect of our being is far greater aware and knowledgeable. The problem is that we still live very much on a surface layer of our awareness. So, and I think even today we are slowly getting closer to understanding that. As we learn to tap into this sacred space of awareness, we can expand this light vibrancy of our divine selves. This will assist with self-healing and healing all. It will also assist with connecting our sacred mind awareness. Once these two are working together, we can start to manifest our existence within this realm or any realm within a more loving state of being. Our energetic codes and signatures are mathematical and geometric in form. These figures create us, having printed our makeup, our DNA, our past, future, all information relating to us from our galaxy and other star systems. As we learn to change and enhance this information, we start to live longer, manifest easier, and able to tap into the codes and signatures of ourselves and others around us. When we understand the makeup of our entire body, including our spiritual energetic bodies, we start to understand the complexities in our energetic makeup. Our energy field is filled with codes and signatures which create who we are and store an enormous amount of data and information. When we learn how to tap into our sacred knowledge, which has not disappeared from our understanding, we can relate and start to understand our alchemical, seeming magical part of ourselves. This is me now, side note. There is so much magic within us when we're in the right space, when we're, in that flow, when things are just moving right and easily and effortlessly. We start to manifest everything we desire and want, and it's so easy. It is like magic. When we understand the makeup of our entire body, including our spiritual energetic bodies, we start to understand the complexities in our energetic makeup. Our energetic field is filled with codes and signatures which create who we are and store enormous amounts of data and information. When we learn how to tap into our sacred knowledge, which has not disappeared from our understanding, we can relate and start to understand our alchemical, seeming magical part of our being. So I ended up just repeating that. This information only now will start to show its presence as we become more aligned towards our Christ consciousness awareness that is being reborn and activated for these new times ahead. Once upon a time, we were all able to see each other energetically and our own and each other's energetic codes and signatures, given an understanding of our health and genetic makeup. As we have been caught up in the physical so-called 3D world, we have lost touch with our invisible senses, which we were able to assimilate this information within a glance of a person, animal, plant, rock, etc. So what that paragraph is saying is that we used to be able to, we had that within our eyesight because there's so much even removed in our visual spectrum. But once upon a time on this earth, we were able to just look at each other and we basically would know and see if there was anything out of balance. We were able to heal each other because we had that power within us and the energy and the knowledge to do that within us. We lived a lot longer and life was a lot different. So when I get those, maybe that's for another podcast, sharing that information of what I've got for us. But we were filled up on bliss and joy and love. We didn't even need food. We were already nourished, and but we also didn't have anything to worry about. We didn't have to worry about work. We didn't have to worry about things like that. We were able to even teleport. We were able to just do amazing, magnificent things. We were at total peace. There was no striving because we already had everything. And I think there's a part of us that knows there's something magical, magnificent along what I've just shared with you. And this is what we're looking for. And this is why I suppose we've done a lot, people, that self-awareness, that personal development, the, learning about going within has become so big. But we have to be careful that we don't go in so much to the point that we're not doing anything. We are in a time where we have to continue to create. We are physical beings. We have to also be in action. We're not at that stage where we were once upon a time, probably at the beginning, when we didn't have to. We were nourished. We were lighter beings. We weren't as dense. We're not there. We're far from it. But maybe that's what we're here for. We're trying to bring that back within ourselves. So it's just a little bit more I'll read from this. Our 3D or lower level realities lost our inner perception, and only a very few have been able to see this information up until now. I do believe our perceptions will become more accurate as we learn to come from our heart-mind awareness and as a halo of Christ consciousness becomes fully present once again. As I work with people to activate these energetic points and portals of the body, they walk away feeling many sensations, and the feedback after weeks and months is their abilities to recognize their own intuitive abilities have increased. They feel more in tune with what is happening with themselves, with the planet, and beyond, and all that is around them. They sense their guides as they feel the communication is more vivid. Biomatrix energy healing sessions is where I work with people to go deeper within their awareness, to override the blocks that have stood in their way, and to open their minds to a new way of being, which is to find self-love, self-healing, and self-improvement. These sessions go deep within their cellular system to help center each individual and bring forth light vibrancy within their newfound awareness, transforming body, mind, and spiritual soul understanding. So I thought I would share those downloads, and as I said, it's part of the Biomatrix Energy Healing course with you. I hope you found that very interesting. I do, even though it was such a long time ago, I still feel like it's like I just wrote it yesterday, or it is still so relevant to today and where we're going. And it's interesting because I feel like there's many of us here where we're sending out the warnings. we're here for whatever reason, we've been able to be more aware of something's not right and to try and work it out and bring forward that information so we can become more aware of it. And yeah, so I hope that you found that interesting, and please let me know if you do, and if you have any questions, please forward your questions to me as well, and I can even answer your questions on a podcast or go deeper with it, or you can join me on the podcast and we can chat together and share that information, because why not? All right. It's all about community, building community, sharing our thoughts and feelings, and and that's how we help each other. I suppose we can be inspired by what other people have to say. So let's do a meditation. Let's end the podcast, because it is about going within, and it's about understanding there is a lot more magic within us than we give ourselves credit for. And it can be hard, if you're living in the city, living in the suburbs, when you're working 9 to 5, it can be hard to think that there is anything more, that there is magic out there, and especially with what's been happening the last, couple of years, that's been taken away from us, which is very unfair. And, we've all missed out on a lot, and a lot of people are suffering. But I just want for people to know, and I think the purpose of this podcast was just a reminder that you are magnificent. You are made so magnificently. I've seen it. I've witnessed miracles. I've witnessed that amazing magnificence within each being. And I'm not always in that space, that loving space myself. I'm not always in that space of, even receiving. I too can get angry. I too can debate. I too can shut off my guides, and I don't want to hear what you guys got to say, because, what's happening right now is devastating. It's heartbreaking. And we are emotional beings. It's why we feel things so much, and seeing so much suffering, and having people contacting me and their children are not coping, and they're not coping, and they're getting suicidal thoughts. It's heartbreaking for me. It's just, it's really, really heartbreaking. So I hope that with this little podcast and sharing that little insight that I don't share with hardly anyone, that you guys can appreciate there is more, and we're not alone, and we do have help, and that help is with us. It's beside us, and all the information is still here. And all of us, we don't have the time. I have the time because I've created my life and the way I live my life in a way so that I can spend time to research and to look into things and educate, and and follow those intuitive processes to bring more information forward. But I'll tell you what, a lot of the times it's things that can't even be explained. It's like language takes it away. It's something that needs to be felt. And even when I do healings on people, it is something that it's felt. It's just like when you have a real vivid dream and then you wake up and you want to share it. And then when you share it, you're not doing justification. You feel like, oh, that doesn't sound as like, it was a lot more intense and vivid, but it's really hard to explain that to someone. So it sort of can then take away that dream, whether it's something that made you really happy, whether something made you really scared. It's sort of using language and talking about it can take away, the intensity of that dream. And that's what happens as well when we have spiritual practices. It's not something that we need to share all the time because it is a very personal experience. Of course, when you're working with a healer and a therapist, you're going to be sharing bits and pieces. I always ask people, so, and I do document and they share a little bit, but I completely know that what they went through is beyond words. It's beyond even explaining. And the transformations, because I always forget to take photos of people, and I've always been saying it, I need to take before and after photos. It is just amazing, even just that, the before and after, what people look like when they came in, what they look like when they leave, the light, the clarity. It's like they've, you know, it's like I've taken away 5, 10 years. I end up looking younger. They will tell me their eyesight's clearer. They feel like everything's HD, high definition. Many people feel taller. Like, it's just amazing to witness the transformations. So when we do spiritual practices, when we do have meditation, don't feel like you have to always share it, um, because it is something personal, and it is something that's between you and spirit, and it's for you to experience. It's your experience. If you want, of course, you can jot it down and journal it. You can share it if you like, but just know that there's so much more to us, and there's so much more in the non-physical, the non-verbal. I mean, majority of a communication is non-verbal anyway. So there's a lot more to us. So let's not get caught up in just that base level of mind, material, physical. There's a lot more to us than that. So let's get ready for the meditation. If you want to get yourself comfortable, just sitting comfortably, or you can lie down if you like. And we're going to start to just take a deep breath. Take that deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling that breath. Another nice, deep, long breath through the nose. And exhaling that breath. And as you concentrate on your breathing, you start to feel more and more relaxed. Being aware of that crystal clear oxygen through the nostrils. Opening up the nostrils. Feel it clearing your sinuses, clearing your eyes, and clearing your mind. Feel that crystal clear oxygen filling up your lungs. Opening up the lungs, getting rid of all that congestion, all the tightness, all the anxiety. So the capacity of your breath in your lungs becomes bigger. So your lungs are filling up even more with more oxygen with each breath. It's becoming easier and easier to breathe in and open your lungs. Exhaling all that tension, all that anxiety. Feeling your whole face nice and relaxed. Relaxing your neck and shoulders. Relaxing your arms, your hands and fingers. Relaxing your chest. Breathing into your heart with that powerful breath. And with the exhale, just letting go of any anxiety, any tension, any heaviness that you're feeling there. Relaxing your tummy, going all the way down to your hips, to your pelvis. Relaxing your thighs, your knees, your calves and shins, your ankles and your feet and toes. And breathing up through the nostrils to the top of the head, and breathing down along the spinal column, relaxing every muscle in your back, which allows the whole nervous system to relax and move to optimal health. Really concentrating, feeling more and more relaxed with each breath, the rise and fall of your tummy and chest. Concentrating on the heart area, the most powerful energetic source in your body. Start to get into a rhythm, breathing with your heart, knowing that every breath you take is a cleansed breath. Every breath you take is a healing breath. Every breath you take is allowing your whole body and all the energetic centers in your body to start to activate. All the energetic points starting to open, starting to vibrate, starting to move, starting to circulate. Breathing into the heart and feeling the energy of the heart starting to expand further and further. Feel that heart energy sort of flowing all the way down to the tips of your toes and all the way up to the top of your head. Feel that golden light energy of your heart. Feel the power of the most powerful, energetic source and system of your body as it wants to expand. Sending love to your heart, to this powerful, energetic source. Sending love to your sacred heart. And you may feel the sacred heart sitting just outside your body, above your heart. You may feel it towards the back. Wherever your sacred heart is sitting, it's all interconnected. It's never separated from you from an energetic point. Even if it's not sitting within you, it is all still part of you. So breathing into the heart, breathing into the sacred heart. By giving the sacred heart knowledge, you give yourself knowledge, you give your magnificence knowledge. Giving knowledge as acknowledgement, as a knowing that I know you were there. Start to hear and feel your sacred heart. Is it saying anything to you? Is it a certain color? Is there a sound? Is there a frequency? Is there any sensation? Or is there a feeling of contentment and relaxation? Continue to breathe and expand that heart energy. Feel it flowing through your body and feel that sacred heart energy flowing through your body like liquid gold, moving through your bones, your veins, going deep, deep within your arteries, cleansing and clearing with that liquid gold, that higher frequency. It's so liquid. The gold is clear. It is clear gold light. This beautiful, clear quartz of golden light is spreading through your body, into your ligaments, into your joints, into the synapses of your brain, into every bone, every hair, every molecule of your body. Feel this healing liquid gold of light as it penetrates deep within your cells, within your atoms, the space between the atoms, the essence of who you are. Feel this liquid gold cleansing, healing, rejuvenating all that you are, every cell, every fiber of your being. Feel the energy of this liquid gold as it spreads throughout your body and starts to flow into your etheric field. And as it moves out, it starts to cleanse your whole auric field. Starts to get rid of anything that doesn't need to be there, negative thoughts, old ties and attachments, all that you do not need anymore. Leaves as this liquid gold flows through your body and through your etheric field, spreading out. And feel this energy of your heart as it spreads out into the room, as it spreads out into your home. Feel it spreading out, this loving knowledge of light and awareness of love as it spreads out through your street, through your town, through your city, your country, throughout all of Earth, through all the different aspects of yourself, through the oceans and the rivers, connecting with the trees, with the plants, feeling this amazing energy as it's spreading through, as you're connecting with all life, with the heart essence of all life, of nature, and of all that is. Feel yourself in your body and feel that sacred heart connecting with your higher self. Feel your higher self there with you. And what does your higher self want to tell you? Do you have a question you can ask? Or listen to the message? Or maybe your higher self just wants you to know that you're not alone and wants to be present with you. So connecting with your higher self. Hold hands, you can hug, look at each other. You're swimming in this high frequency, golden, clear, loving light. Send out a wish, send out a hope, send out a dream. It's all yours to manifest and to bring into being all that you desire. Just do it from a place of love. And as we give thanks to your higher self and that acknowledgement, keeping the message, the feeling close to you, so you'll always remember and you can write it down. Giving thanks to this quality healing time and giving thanks to coming back into your center, into your heart, into your creatorship. And when you are ready, taking a deep breath, being aware of feeling yourself back in your body, back in the room, moving your fingers and toes. Knowing you can always go back into that space, into your center, into your heart. Start to expand that heart whenever you feel constricted, whenever you feel your heart is compressed, whenever you feel it's too hard to breathe. Go back into your heart and exhale and connect to life force energy and allow your life force energy to flow. Until next time, beautiful people, follow your bliss and be in joy and lots of love, love,